Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like? You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling, with the wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
What is wrong with my leg? Someone help. Alright. I guess we're just crippled now. babies. How did you all pop out this many babies? Deer can only have like 1, maybe 2 babies. Like, I don't think there are enough dough here for the amount of babies. Who knows though? What do I know? I don't know nothing. You laying in the water, buddy? That's good. Star on that rock. I don't think so. This arm. Is the arm some sort of metaphor? Was Joseph like mangled by the wolf as well, and he's like got a fucked up arm now, and so he's projecting his injury onto the fox? Let's say that's what's happening. Seems like a fun explanation. Unless something actually comes up that explains it, but I kind of think it's just a glitch. Which is fine, doesn't change the fact that this game is beautiful. All great things have flaws. Nothing's perfect. Etc, etc. Oh, I bumped my head. You got any stars over there in the corner? Hiding from me? Hiding away? No? Alright. On we go then. Oh. I feel like we're getting close to this tree. Joseph wants to go to bed. He doesn't want to talk about this anymore. Doesn't want to talk about his problems no more. Oh, maybe not. We got this whole area to go.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
Well, let's get there. Let's find out our destiny. And the fate of our last cub. Pup. Kit. Whatever foxes are called. Oh no, I didn't miss something, did I? Ooh, that would not be good. I would be very upset. Here's hoping there wasn't any stars on that ledge. I haven't seen any items from your past. Am I just blind?
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast and got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
Guys, don't give up on your dreams, alright? No matter how long it takes. I mean, everything just requires work and drive and I don't know. Just if you put forth the effort and the work, you'll get there. Don't get discouraged. It takes everybody their own, nobody's the same. And so while there's always gonna be people who you see as better than you, or you see them getting success quicker than you, don't worry about it. Focus on your journey, your path, and that's really all that matters. You can't live your life comparing yourself to everyone else, then you'll never achieve anything, and that's no way to live. Stick with your dreams. Don't give up on them. What is this? There's something green over here. Oh, it's a laser cutting machine? I don't know. Hey, I got the deer I asked for, though. Just throwing that out there. Okay, there's something. I was like, I haven't seen a little collectible in a hot minute.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans, to a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there.
Yikes.
My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
None of that stuff matters. As long as he knows that you loved him, and I'm sure that he did. Most positive he knows that you loved him. that just a tree? Yeah. Oh, there's that forklift. The murderer. Alright, so we've got a couple murderers going on in this story. We've got a wolf and a forklift. And we've got one deadbeat father and a dead mother, but that she was not got by no murderer. That seems like the way to go. Which leads me to believe that that's the last thing we need to dig up. Gotta remember that that's there. I feel like we need to learn about that church factory. That's probably the factory, right? The family business. That's probably what that is. Gotta find all my collectibles, you know? What is this? Hospital bed? Ooh, don't like this new footstep noise. Is this home? What's this? You need to tell me about things. It's a big house. Either foxes are like really tiny or these things aren't to scale. Can I make it up the hill to that factory cathedral thing? Probably not, right? I assume not. Do we not have any stars here? Come on. What are we doing, guys? I need me collectibles. Magically delicious. Oh, we're back here. Alright, I mean, I probably don't have everything, but I've got everything that I immediately saw. Is that just the super reflective part of the ground, or is that something that I missed? I think it's just the super reflective part of the ground. Yep. Alright. Let's get out of here then. Let's go dig up that last little thingy-majiggy and run on through. I keep wanting to hold shift, but it's a toggle sort of situation. This is as fast as I'm gonna go. Can I scale this? We're kinda getting there. Hey, we did it! It probably took about just as long as running around would. That's fine. Oh, I want a sody pop so bad. Jesus, ever since he said and a cold Coke, I just like have been dying. I've been off soda for a while. I used to drink it a lot, probably too much. I used to try to limit to like twice a day or like 2 a day, which is fine. And I kind of stuck to that, but that's probably too much. And then I did like 1 a day, and then I like just sort of went scattered. Oh, I almost forgot the dig 'em up thing. Alright, then I just went sort of like scattered. Sometimes I'd drink them, sometimes I wouldn't. And then I just like, now I've just tried to quit. And I've been off them for like 7 months. And I still crave them so bad. It sucks.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. I didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Damn it, Wolf! Ugh!
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
I know this is like really generic, but like this is what you'd want to say. This is what I want to say. Oh my god. Oh, this game, what is going on? I mean, there's nothing, like, what do you say to your dead children? Like, I wish I could have done more for you. Like, of course I wish I could have done more for you, but like, I don't know. Like, this is really all I don't.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.